Venomous snakes can be among the most aggressive, yet not all aggressive snakes are lethal. It's crucial to keep in mind that a snake virtually never attacks without being provoked, regardless of how violent it is. Some people's fuses are shorter than others. A snake is frequently more aggressive during its skin shedding process than it ordinarily is. That's because during this procedure the scales covering its eyes become obscured. When it is full after a substantial meal is another usual trigger. It tends to lash out more quickly because it can't flee quickly. A snake's patience can also be tested by other things, and every snake differs slightly. Which snakes reach their breaking point first in an attack is a question of last resort. So, what kinds of snakes are the world's most vicious? Here, we take a look at the world's most meanest snakes. At number 4, the Bushmaster Snake. When threatened, the Bushmaster Snake is one of the world's most violent snakes. Moreover, it is very poisonous. It is the biggest pit viper in the world, with a maximum length of 12 feet and an average length of 6.5 feet. This is the longest venomous snake you can find in the Americas. This snake can spend days in the same spot waiting for a good opportunity to attack prey. It is found in rural Central and South America. It prefers dense, chilly woodlands lower than 3,000 feet. When startled, Bushmaster snakes will repeatedly strike out and only half-heartedly pursue you if you flee. That's not to suggest the snake gives pursuit, though. It simply maintains its position strongly. Human contact are uncommon because it is nocturnal and lives outside of cities. At number 3, the coastal taipan. The coastal taipan is similar to the black mamba in terms of size, form, color, and potency of venom. It attacks its prey similarly to a black mamba, letting the prey stroll around and perish so as to protect themselves. A portion of Australia's east and north coasts, as well as New Guinea, are home to these snakes. They constantly scan the area for snakes, and anything that disturbs them in close proximity will result in an assault. Per bite, they inject a lethal amount of venom deep into the target area. The third most venomous of its kind is this land snake. It is most active around midday, yet in the summer heat it may go completely nocturnal. When given the opportunity, it enjoys eating bandicoots, rats, mice, and birds. The coastal taipan prefers to cruise around while keeping its head raised until it spots prey, at which point it stops and bounces toward the target before striking. When it decides to bite, it does so repeatedly and quickly. The coastal taipan, with an average length of 6.5 feet, is second in line to be Australia's longest venomous snake. It will linger in forests, open woodlands, and fields of sugarcane planted by humans. At number 2, the saw-scaled viper. The carpet viper, also known as the saw-scaled viper, is one of the most venomous and violent snakes on the globe. The majority of human fatalities are caused by this snake because it is extremely aggressive, but just 10% of untreated victims pass away. The saw-scaled viper is to blame for more human fatalities than all other snake species put together. It delivers 3 times the amount of venom required to kill a human. As the saw-scaled viper attacks, it springs from a coil. It's difficult to identify since it fits in so well with its surroundings, yet because it inhabits human areas, encounters are common. As anti-venom is readily available, fatalities should be quite uncommon. We included the saw-scaled viper on our list of the most aggressive snakes in the world because of how frequently they strike, which makes them deadly. The Indian subcontinent is the heart of the saw-scaled viper's range, which also includes Central Asia and the Middle East. These snakes typically measure around 2 feet in length but can grow to a maximum of 2.5 feet. They are likewise nocturnal, Despite occasionally being awake throughout the day, they enjoy hiding in other animals' burrows, and they will even bury themselves in sand so that just their heads are visible. Now, standing at number 1 as the meanest snake in the world, the black mamba. The black mamba is the second longest venomous snake in the world and the fastest land snake. It lives in the south and east of Africa and has a top speed of 12 miles per hour. When trapped, this snake has no fear and would fight back without hesitation. Moreover, it does not lessen the amount of very lethal venom in defensive strikes, thus it always delivers venom with every bite. Everyone who is bitten by a black mamba and is not treated will perish, and 14% of those who receive treatment will also perish. When they attack, they inject far more venom into the victim than is necessary because it only takes a small amount of their venom to kill a person. Moreover, they frequently bite up to 12 times in a single attack, delivering the same quantity of venom with each bite. The